Hi, I am back today to talk to you guys about branding. So I'm creating this new company that I told you about in my last vlog called Aurora Wild. And when I started my original business, Posh Pelican, I didn't really have anything in mind brand-wise. In fact, it had a different name when I started it, and it just really had no personality. I wasn't sure what I wanted it to be, let alone how I'm going to convey that message to my customer. So with this business, I've taken a lot of courses, I've read a lot of books, and I'm much more familiar with branding and how important that is to your business. Having something more that you stand for rather than just to make money. What else is important to you? What else do you want your brand to be? What do you want it to look like? What do you want it to speak like? What kind of copy and words do you want it to use? What kind of personality do you want it to have? It's not your personality. It's not my personality. When I'm developing the brand for Aurora Wild, it is things that I'm attracted to, things that I like, but it's about more than that. It's about what I want it to convey to my potential customer, how I want them to feel when they look at my website, when they look at my product, when they look at my social media feeds. And I actually came across a book called How to Style Your Brand. And so I have been reading this book and taking tips from it in order to create a cohesive style for Aurora Wild going forward. I decided this book talks about seasons. What season does your business fall into? And for me, Aurora Wild is a fall season. So if you pick up this book and read it in terms of developing your own brand, you'll have to read through the 4 different seasons and what they stand for. But Aurora Wild is a fall season. Now, when you think about seasons, you think about colors, but it's actually not really about colors in terms of the way this book talks about it. What it is about is its personality, and is it playful? Is it serious? Is it more sterile? All of these things come into play. Now, color and type and copy, all of those things are a factor, but the season is what helps you determine kind of what your overarching brand look is going to be. So for Aurora Wild, it's a fall brand, so it's more elegant, it's more upscale. My other business, Posh Pelican, is more of a, I don't want to call it a bargain brand because it is handmade, it's made in the USA, but I made a lot of mistakes with that brand when I was developing it. I didn't have a clear picture going into it what I wanted it to be, so I underpriced myself. And now I have a great loyal following of customers, but they have already determined how much something is worth to them, my product is worth to them. So I can't really turn that into an upscale brand. I actually tried to do that about a year ago and I almost crashed my business. So I had to revert back to what we were doing that was successful in that business. So when I developed this business, when I am developing it, Aurora Wild, I really wanted it to be that upscale that I had intended for Posh Pelican to be, but it just didn't come together how I wanted. So I'm very focused on that this time around. Now, I am much more familiar with things like photography and things like that this time around as well. So I've come up with, I have inspiration boards on Pinterest. I have an inspiration folder on my desktop computer. I take screenshots all the time of things that inspire me, or pictures with my phone or my camera, things that inspire me for this brand. And I really want it to be more minimal and modern and yet beautiful. So the branding colors are black and white. Very simple, very elegant, but I don't think black and white has to be plain or boring or cold. So I'll show you some of my materials. I have an insert here that will go in my packaging, and this is Aurora Wild's logo. It's got the black and white, it's plain, but it has flowers, and that makes it more warm. It makes it more fun and whimsical. And what Aurora Wild stands for is being kind to the environment and being kind to ourselves and looking at the beauty in the everyday. So spreading that beauty wherever you go. And it's not about outward appearance beauty necessarily. It's just about finding the small things that make life beautiful. So the back of the card says, "You belong among the wildflowers. Let's bring more beauty to the world. Sprinkle seeds wherever you go. Frolic in the wild," which frolic in the wild just means embracing the chaos that is life. You know, when you're raising your child, don't put them in a box and say you have to be this. Just let them be who they are. Let them be wild. Let them be free. And so along with this insert, I'm going to show you kind of a sample of what an order would look like. I'll have this bodysuit here. We're actually a bonnet company, and I made that for photo shoot. So I've got this, and then this card would go in, and then I have these eco-friendly seed packets that I had a custom stamp made, and it says, "Watch me grow wildflower seeds, Aurora Wild." And I will put wildflower seeds in here in the hopes that that eco-friendly message as well as the beauty message come through. So we have the eco-friendly because something that's really important to me is water conservation and honeybees. So I got a honeybee friendly and also non-invasive plant species wildflower seed mix, and some of those seeds will go into every order in the hopes that people will sprinkle seeds wherever they go. I want to try to create a little bit of a movement here. People are part of something bigger than just buying a bonnet from a shop. It's about so much more. And then everything will go in a poly mailer like this that's on brand. It's the brand colors, it has the flowers, but I didn't have them custom made because starting out, that's a big expense. So you can see how everything ties together, how we have our colors predefined. You can tell by the look of the logo and the colors what you might expect out of my photography and my social media. It'll be clean, neat, it'll be outdoorsy, it'll be kids being kids and just being their wild and crazy selves and not having to conform to strict rules and all of those things. I'm a bit of a hippie by nature. I homeschool, I buy organic, I love avocados, if you can see avocadoholic. And so this brand is a part of me. It is me, but it's more than me. It's about more. It's about starting something bigger. So hopefully I have helped to show you what I'm doing in terms of developing and defining what this brand's going to be going forward. We want to have a clear picture of what your brand is so your customers know what to expect of you. So just having a random logo with random colors and throwing up random pictures from brand reps and things like that and just not having any cohesion to your brand is not going to make you stand out against a crowded sector of handmade shops. If you want to stand out, you need to look like one of the big shops, even if you're not. You need to look like you know what you're doing. So hopefully I have made some sense out of this for you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will see you soon.